The world population has increased from 1 billion in 1800 to 7.7 billion in 2019. It took nearly 7 centuries for the population to double from 0.25 billion in 800 AD to 0.5 billion in 1550 AD. The fastest doubling of the world population happened between 1950 and 1987, from 2.5 billion to 5 billion in just 37 years, with a peak population growth of 2.1% in 1962. The world will hit 10 billion population by 2056. Since its inception in 2015, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development Goals adopted by the United Nations has provided a blueprint for shared prosperity in a sustainable world, a world where all people can live productive, vibrant, and peaceful lives on a healthy planet. The combination of peaceful people and a prosperously green planet would be the ideal recipe for harmony and balance. On December 11, 2014, the United Nations General Assembly resolved to observe June 21st as the International Day of Yoga every year. Incidentally, the resolution mentioned 4 important reasons for introducing the International Day of Yoga. The first reason is choice. Noting the importance of individuals and population making healthier choices and following the lifestyle patterns that foster good health. Second reason is control. Understanding the fact that global health is a long-term development objective that require closer international cooperation through the exchange of best practices aimed at building better individual lifestyles devoid of excesses of all kinds. Third is complete. Recognizing that yoga provides a holistic approach to health and complete well-being. And fourth is communication. Recognizing also that a wider dissemination of information about the habits of practicing yoga would be beneficial for the health of the world population. In essence, the UN resolution encompasses that celebrating the International Day of Yoga on June 21st would help people in making better choices by global communication of the practice of yoga and benefits of yoga to experience complete health. The question arises, can yoga practice actually facilitate balance within the people, balance between the people, and balance on this planet? Yoga is defined by Patanjali Rishi as Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Yoga means to calm the waves or ripples of disturbance upon the waters of the mind and reunite mind to its calm state of samadhi. Therefore, yoga is literally union. In the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, text 48, Krishna defines yoga as Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Balanced in your duty without care to win or lose, turn your work to yoga as the learned sages do. Krishna also says famously in the next verse, Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbhu ma te sangotsva akarmani. Krishna says, always do your work, Arjuna, but do not claim its yield, neither think yourself in charge, nor flee from the battlefield. Yoga emphasizes on increasing one's awareness. We are living in a world where we are constantly bombarded by weapons of mass distraction. Smartphones, electronic recorders and notebooks, headphones, GPS devices, electronic billboards, wall-to-wall televisions, crowds, etc. To the human brain, any distraction means novelty, and everything new is associated with an increase in dopamine levels, the neurochemical associated with pleasure and reward. A recent study conducted by Microsoft in 2017 found that the average human attention span reduced to 8 seconds from 12 seconds in 2012. The human attention span is now less than that of a goldfish, which is 9 seconds. The number of internet users globally increased from 413 million in 2000 to 4.62 billion in 2020 with a global penetration of 58.7%. 65% of internet users in India use the internet daily. Although only 39% of the world population has internet access, the internet addiction rate is 6%, which is around 420 million people across the world are addicted to the internet. 12% of the websites on the internet have pornographic content, which translates to around 2.3 billion pornographic pages in 2018. The percentage of pornographic consumers below the age of 24 is 48% in India, while it is 31% worldwide. Globally, every single second, around 30,000 users are watching pornographic content on the net and spending $3,000 every second on pornography. Every single day, 2.5 billion emails containing porn are sent or received. Around 68 million search queries related to pornography are released on the net. The internet porn industry is worth $13 billion worldwide. The average internet user spends 5 years and 4 months of his lifetime on the social network, ranging from 2.5 hours a day for adults in the ages of 25 to 34 to 9 hours per day for teens aged 8 to 18. Distraction causes American businesses an average of $650 billion loss per year and 64% of all car accidents. The lack of self-control is not only evident in the internet usage, but also in the consumption of addicting substances like alcohol and tobacco. 42% of adults in the world consumed alcohol in 2010, while the share in India was 15.1%. Countries like France have almost 95% adult alcohol consumers. Alcohol is responsible for 2.8 million premature deaths globally and 5.8 lakh deaths per annum in India. Smoking killed an estimated 100 million people in the 1900 to 2000 period and is estimated to kill 1 billion people in the 2000 to 2100 period. Globally, smoking causes 6 million deaths every year, which translates to 1 death every second. The impact of a global population with a lack of self-restraint and self-control is not limited to damage to human society alone. The impact on the environment due to such a reckless approach toward sense enjoyment is humongous. About 33% of all the food produced for human consumption is wasted, which is around 2.3 billion tons of food waste. Globally, 2 billion metric tons of municipal solid waste is produced annually, which will increase to 3.4 billion metric tons by 2050, out of which only 13.5% of the waste is recycled and only 5.5% is composted. 76 million people in India are without access to safe drinking water, and 21% of India's diseases are water related. By 2030, 700 million people worldwide could be displaced due to an intense water scarcity. If we consider the globally allocated land of 21 million square kilometers for agriculture, 77% of this land is used for livestock feed for meat and dairy, and only 23% of this land is allocated for growing crops for human consumption. A meat-based food choice is a major culprit damaging the environment. In 2014, 36 billion tons of carbon dioxide emissions were made by the entire world, with 80% of the total energy use contributed by fossil fuels. Lack of self-control, lack of self-discipline, especially over food, is also a major cause of around 18 million deaths in 2017 due to cardiovascular diseases, 10 million deaths due to cancer, and 5 million premature deaths due to obesity. These detailed statistics indicate two clear trends. People across the world have lost their ability for sense control, self-control, and are imbalanced physically, emotionally, and socially. People's individual imbalance is taking a toll on the planet big time in accelerating climate change. The solution is self-evident. People need help in improving their self-discipline and self-control, and yoga, by its very definition, is a process which helps one improve control over one's thoughts, over one's speech, behavior, and life choices. The practice of yoga needs commitment. If we do not commit to anything, we will be distracted by everything. One must not give up a practice because of the time needed to accomplish it. A habit is a lifestyle to be lived, not a finish line to be crossed. One's commitment to the process will determine one's progress. Disciplined people are better at structuring their lives, which does not require heroic self-control and willpower. Environment is the invisible hand that shapes human behavior. Happiness comes not by maximizing our possessions, but by minimizing our attachments. The value of what we drive doesn't matter as much as the values that drive us. Spirituality and yoga empowers us to reclaim our destiny, to do our best, to bring out our best, and to attain the best. Speak to give people peace of mind, not a piece of your mind. We have to be honest, sincere, and authentic in our efforts. Any kind of cheating propensity has to be abandoned. There is a story of a cheater who set up a so-called clinic and put a sign outside saying, "Get treatment for ₹20, if not cured, take back ₹100. A college student walks by and thinks, this is a great opportunity to earn ₹100. He goes into the clinic as a patient, also with a cheating intent, and says, "Sir, I cannot taste anything." The cheater says, "Assistant, bring medicine from box number 22 and put 3 drops in the student's mouth." The assistant brings the bottle, puts the 3 drops. The student shouts, this is not medicine, this is kerosene." The cheater smiles. "Congrats, your sense of taste is restored. Please give me ₹20. The angry student goes away, but returns after a few days and says to the cheater, "Sir, I have lost my memory. I cannot remember anything." The cheater again shouts, "Assistant, bring medicine from box number 22 and put 3 drops in his mouth." The student is furious and he says, "Sir, box number 22 is kerosene. You gave me the same thing last time to restore my taste." The cheater says, "Congrats, you got your memory back. Give me my ₹20. The student pays, but is extremely angry, and he goes away and comes back determined after a week to get his ₹100. This time he tells the cheater, "Sir, I have a severe problem with my eyesight. I cannot see at all." The cheater says, "Well, I'm sorry, I don't have any medicine for this, so you take this ₹100. The student stares at the note and screams out, "This is not ₹100, this is a ₹20 note." The cheater says, "Congrats, your eyesight is restored. Give me my ₹20. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur calls this phenomena as the Vanchita Vanchaka Sangha, the association of the cheater and the cheated. One must therefore approach the practice of yoga with the sincerity and the intensity of an honest practitioner. The serious practice of yoga transforms the selfish heart into a selfless one. Just because a thought is persistent doesn't make it pertinent. One must learn to peruse our thoughts. Worry is the interest we pay on loans we haven't taken. Just reading more books on weight loss won't help us lose weight. Getting opportunities is providence. Grabbing them is diligence. Once, a monk was out in the street light searching for something. A neighbor passed by and asked, "What happened?" The monk said, I lost my key. The neighbor also started to look for the key, and soon, seeing them, 3 other neighbors joined to help in the search. At last, one of the neighbors asked, My dear monk, where did you exactly drop the key? The monk said, Actually, I didn't lose the key here. I lost it inside my hut. Everyone was bewildered. They said, If you lost the key inside the hut, why are you searching it here under the light? The monk said, That is because my hut is dimly lit and it is so much brighter under the street light. The neighbors laughed. The monk replied, When you lose money, when you lose a job, when you break a relationship, you lose it outside in the world. Then why do you lose your peace of mind within and feel sad? And if you lose your peace of mind within, then why do you not try to research the lost joy and peace within the mind and rather keep searching for it elsewhere, outside? You avoid looking inside yourself because the light is dimmer and it is more inconvenient. Our choice has a louder voice than our voice. What we do speaks louder than what we say. If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love. For every minute you are angry, you lose 60 seconds of happiness. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Everyone thinks of changing the world, but very few think of changing themselves. It is what you read when you don't have to that determines what you will be when you can't help it. The French newspapers reported the death of a man in Cannes in France in 1888. One newspaper reported with the headline, The Merchant of Death is dead. Actually, Ludwig Nobel had died, but the newspapers, by mistake, mentioned the name of his brother, Alfred Nobel, the inventor of dynamite, as dead. When Alfred Nobel read these headlines, he asked himself, Is this how I wish to be remembered? And it is speculated that this incident inspired him to set aside a major part of his wealth for the famous Nobel Prize, to avoid this kind of a posthumous reputation. Wealth is the power to choose. Financial wealth is the power to choose how to spend money. Social wealth is the power to choose whom to spend time with. Time wealth is the power to choose how to spend your next moment. Mental wealth is the power to choose how to spend your attention. We must develop the art of getting things done and also the art of leaving things undone. The wisdom of life consists in eliminating the non-essentials. The place to improve the world is first in one's heart, head and hands, and then work onward from there. New goals don't deliver new results. New lifestyles do. And a lifestyle is not an outcome. A lifestyle is a process. All of your energy should go into building better habits, not chasing better results. The cost of your good habits are in the present. The cost of your bad habits are in the future. There are 3 things you cannot buy. Fitness. You have to keep fit whether you are rich or not. Second is diet. You cannot pay someone to be on a diet for you. And third is a spiritual discipline. No one can look after your soul but yourself. Discipline is the fusion of intention with action. Just as our foods add to our physical weight, our thoughts add to our mental weight. So choose both very carefully. Krishna reveals in chapter 6 Bhagavad Gita on how the process of yoga helps one to accomplish mastery over one's mind and senses. Yada viniyatam chittam atman evavatisthate nispruha sarva kamebhyo yukta ityuchyate tada. Mind in perfect discipline and fixed in pure transcendence, able yogis trade their lust for inner independence. In the 19th verse of the 6th chapter, Krishna says, Yathadipo nivasastho nengate sopama smrta yogino yata chittasya yunjato yogamatmanaha. Yogis contemplate the soul with mind always the same, just as lamps in windless places burn with steady flame. In the 20th to 23rd verse, Krishna says in the same 6th chapter, Yatro paramate chittam niruddham yoga sevaya yatra chaivatmanatmanam pashyan atmani tushyati sukham atyantikam yattad buddhigrahyam atendriyam vete yatra na chaivayam sthitas chalati tatvatah yam labdhva chaparam labham manyate nadhikam tata yasmin sthito na dukkhena gurunapi vichalyate tam vidyat dukkha samyoga viyogam yoga sangitam. Mundane mental actions thus entirely restrained, perfect yogis enter trance, as I shall now explain. Purified they see the soul and boundless joy commences, recognized and relished through their transcendental senses, fixed in bliss and resolute through any trial or pain. Such enlightened yogis know there is no greater gain. Then Krishna explains in the 6th chapter, verse 24 and 25. Sanishchayena yoktavyo yogo nirvinna chetasa sankalpa prabhavan kaman tyaktva sarvan asheshata manasaivendriya gramam viniyamya samantata shanair shanair uparamet buddhya dhriti grihitaya atma samstham manah kritva na kinchit api chintayet. Deeply fixed in yoga with complete determination, use the mind to curb desire and all speculation. Fixed upon the soul alone with no mental affliction, step by step one enters trance with wisdom and conviction. Then Krishna explains in the 26th to the 28th verse, Yato yato nischalati manas chanchalam asthiram tatastato niyamyaitat atmanyeva vasham nayet prashanta manasam hyenam yoginam sukhamuttamam upaiti shantarajasam brahmabhutam akalmasham yunjanevam sadatmanam yogi vigata kalmasha sukhena brahma samsparsham atyantam sukhamashnute. Fleeting and unsteady minds meander here and there. Yogis must retrieve their minds and govern them with care. Mind and passions set at ease, one feels great ecstasy. Former sins give way to show one's true identity. And then Krishna concludes in texts 46 and 47 of the 6th chapter. Tapasvibhyodhiko yogi jnanibhyopi matodhika karmebhyaschadhiko yogi tasmat yogi bhavarjuna yoginamapi sarvesham madgatenantaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamo mataha. Yoga is appropriate for any situation more than mere austerity or wealth or speculation. Be detached from the results, not from the goals. Setting goals increases our focus. Worrying about results takes away our focus. To relish satisfaction, replace expectation with appreciation. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. Logic will take you from A to Z, while imagination will get you everywhere. Life can only be understood backwards, but life must be lived forwards. Faith is taking the first step even when you can't see the whole staircase. Talent hits a target no one else can hit. Genius hits a target no one else can see. Attitude is greater than accomplishment. One's flexibility, selflessness, forgiveness, obedience, and dependence on the Supreme in provoking situation makes one noble. This is the essence of yoga, which facilitates harmony, a sense of restraint and responsibility within a person, real love and affection between people, a sense of respect towards the planet, and a commitment to reduce, reuse, and recycle in one's lifestyle choices and habit. I hope this message helps you imbibe the spirit of harmony and balance on the occasion of the International Day of Yoga. Greetings and best wishes from Govardhan Eco Village and the Govardhan School of Yoga.